I'm going to switch gears and go back to the Beethoven Archduke Trio, the fourth movement, which, considering how profound some of the material is beforehand, is wonderfully trite and delightful. And the way it is prepared, surprising too. I never have convinced myself as to how much trill I'm going to do. I have pretty well convinced myself I'm going to trill on 1 and 2, though. Third finger. Never much do like those scales that turn in the middle of the hand. So the question then arises, should I go to thumb instead? I rather like that. Don't know why I never thought about it before. Did arise about tempo with my trio is that the coda has several indications for increased tempo. So at the coda and at the end of the coda as well, is there enough room? So at the very least, I want to be comfortable with any possibility. So this is a jaunty tempo. Let go. Just toss to what's most comfortable, which for me is probably 1, 2, 4. So in spite of the fact, well, no. So I'm going to go 2, 4 in preparation, and then toss. I could go 1, 3, 5. It's just not as successful in my hand. Top of the F7th chord. Okay, a review is in order. 4. Particular angle to get that accurately. I just can't get it straight on. Fingers are too fat, not enough room, so. Again, small issues, but issues nonetheless. 5th is an obvious choice for the sleep. 2nd is an obvious choice for the F, but that again means a juxtaposition of 5 and 2, a second apart, a white note second apart. So I want to make sure there's a fluid delivery of my arm to the finger. I can't do it by hand compression. It'll slow me down and it'll constrict me. So, toss. Just as the left hand is tossing around so merrily. It's like a fresh start. Yes. It's interesting. First, an obvious thing that's causing it to be successful is I'm looking. So it's not something I've tended to do before there. Okay, these. The hand has to be really passive, not only to make these trip, but for this toss. And I still need that chord, the same hand position for my right hand. What's relevant is that it show no resistance. I need the standard B-flat fingering. Chromatic fingering at the top, so if I go with the standard fingering too far, then I can't possibly get to the chromatic fingering. So, never wrote it down, but 3-1 is in order. Should have written it down. Let's see. Also diminuendo. Turning to third. Very important. To finish the descent, several reasons. One is musical, and then this starts something new. Second is physical, it completes that hand group. And third is collaborative, because the violinist, the violin comes in on that downbeat. I want to deliver the downbeat without issue. Then I go on alone. He sustains, and I go on. So there's all kinds of reasons I have to finish. My left hand still needs to lead. You know, leads me to believe it's ever so slightly easier for my left to shift fingering from 1-3 to 1-2. It makes me much closer to my fifth. So 1-2, yes. So I shift my attention to the left right there. plan on that C. There's no rush. This is the kind of transitional practice that often I don't do enough of, nor my students. In other words, if I'm missing this C, I know it's going somewhere else. But I have to know that I can get the C. Then I talk about the F. See, makes a big difference. Tiny, tiny little process makes a difference. I'm going to do the same thing with my left hand here. On the last one, I'm going to go to 1-2 because it's nice. Belongs to this E. It does not belong to this A. So complete the gesture. Keep it simple. So I may need to be visually oriented, or at the very least, very refined in my kinesthetic sense of what I'm doing. Because the absence of black notes really is disorienting. So there. Like finding the upper octave here in the left hand. It's not hard. Just takes thought. This is under the hand, so it's easier. Move the hand. Shift the hand, move the hand. So, move the left, that's what I'm thinking. Move the left, shift the left, move, orient the left, shift the left, and all is well. So, when I shift it, the third finger, I need to be aware of that second placement. Take your time. Yep. Starting to cook. You may not be able to tell, but inside I can feel it. Okay, and then these are connected. Okay. That's different. I decided that I wanted to stop the descending scale on 1. I still like it for all the reasons I've identified in the past. 7. Okay, I'm going to skip. 5-2, 4-2, I'm going to write it again. Okay, I'm going to Initially, I'm just going to do a three-note shape. I don't want to risk extra complexity. Going to 1, going to 2, 4. 4, 5, and then shifting. So 2. I didn't mark that one clearly, so I'd never know what I had decided. If I don't have 5, I'll run out of finger, so I write 5. More repetitions than I recognize. First inversion, B-flat 7th. Slightly awkward because of the arrangement of fingers and keys. Black thumb on a black note, also the second, and then 2 whitened. So I have to make sure my hand is appropriately tilted, my arm is appropriately tilted, so that the evenness can come from the choreography. Fourth finger, so. All right. Some slight adjustments in fingering. I want to be at 4th on top. So change to 4th there. There's a lot of fingerings that I probably assumed were obvious that I haven't written down. Because I'm so hyper-conscious of this for these tapings. Some of them down. 4, 3, 2. 3, 2, 1. Again, gets me to the bottom of my hand, and then a 5th finger to set up this nice second inversion C minor. So 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. You notice each time I end up at the bottom of my hand on the thumb. So. G minor. The auxiliary note is a natural. Now this is really ungainly for me. 5, 4, 2, 1. I really get stuck. Turning over really is not appropriate. I don't have time to get back, so I have to negotiate the ideals choreography in spite of my stuckedness. awareness that has to go into finding just the right sweet spot. So if I go to 3 on G here, let's see, 2, 1, 3, and then turn to 1, that's nice. Between 2, 3, 5, this diminished chord, which is on 136, and of course something with thumb. I'm going to make sure that I don't ignore the flat. Whatever fingering I've written, in the belief and hope that I did it right. That's interesting. It's different from what I expected. Somewhere I put down 1 on D here on the way up. But on the start of this pattern, I was on 3rd finger on A flat. You know what, I don't mind the 1 at all, but it shouldn't tell me that it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, because I still like the rotation of it. So 1 and 3, that's fine. I have my 3rd finger on E flat. I can go right back to it, so that's good. So I was missing. I don't know if I thought of that before. That's good. One little adjustment. So if I am going to use that 1 on the turn back to the D each time, I should do it every time. Just an E flat scale, for example. No big deal. But then he turns it into a B7, which I want my thumb on D, and alas, I wasn't clear enough. I just sprayed a thumb indication somewhere. It looked like F, which for me would have been a mistake. So, 1. There I go. So 4, 4, 2, 1. Oops, and then toss. So let's see hands together. The octave displacement, running out of piano room. My right hand is just continuing the scale. It's not running out of room. These leaps or switches need the eyes. I could reach that C, okay, in the left, but boy is it easier when looking. C. This, of course. Confronted this before with the figuration switches at the half beat. So going from the bottom of my right hand to the top of my right hand, and then back to the bottom. Here, here. To the thumb on the second beat. Now it's my string partners are playing that figure, so this is decorative and supportive and doubling. I don't want to hammer it. Whoops. I did what came naturally, but it was the wrong note. I mean, I was on the top of my hand instead of the bottom of my hand. So. Okay, so the other issue is these leaps of the left hand. Always on an axis like that. On the little ones, of course, they're under my hand. Now, I have been shaking on 4-2. It's an easier shape for me, and an easier spacing than 4-3. The question then is, do I stay with it, or substitute 3 to get to the F? I think if I can think of it in time, I'll go to 3, just at the very end. Complexity. I'd rather just have the simplicity. So here's my 3, here's my 4, here's my 3, 4.